Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Over the past couple of months, I've been hearing about this thing called Lipsense, which is apparently supposed to be a long-wearing lip color that lasts for 4 to 18 hours. And it's supposed to be like everything proof. Smudge proof, waterproof, kiss proof, food proof, ninja proof, everything proof. Now, I'm not sure that I necessarily want my lipstick to last for 18 hours. 18 hours is just a long time. I feel like sometimes I do get 6 hours of sleep, but I don't expect to be wearing lipstick for all of my waking hours. But I felt like I had to try it out myself and see if the legends were true. So Lipsense is sold by independent distributors, which means you can't just go to lipsense.com and buy lipstick from there. You have to find a person who sells it to get it from them. So this is the starter pack for your Lipsense journey. You've got a lip color, a lip gloss, and also a remover. I've heard that you can get Lipsense off with other things, but you're kind of supposed to only be able to get it off with their remover. From what I've seen, the price varies a little bit based on who your distributor is, but generally for this 3-pack, it costs between $50 to $60. I got this color called Raisin. It's kind of like a metallic dark red color. I feel like we should just get into it. I've been putting it off because I'm nervous to see what will happen to my lips after this extremely heavy duty lip color. Shall we? Oh, I just broke the seal. Ooh. Oh, it smells exactly like hand sanitizer. I'm just gonna shake it up really quick. Makes a little noise. Also, in preparation for this video, I got my mustache waxed yesterday, but the esthetician went a little crazy with the tweezers and tweezed my skin right here. So I do have a little scab right there. So I apologize if you get to see that up close because you definitely will.
But you have a bare lip.
The directions on the tube say, apply in one direction, beginning with the outside corner of the mouth. Oh, it hurts. Oh, ah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
A lot of it or a little bit?
Oh, it's gone. Oh, wow. There was a momentary tingle. When you have a little bit of an open wound and you put rubbing alcohol on it just to cleanse it, it stings for a second. That's honestly how it felt. Oh, it hurts a little bit. Oh! Apply 3 layers, letting each dry 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. So I'm letting the first coat dry just for a second. One thing that I am excited about is the possibility of covering my butthole lip for good. This could be the butthole slayer. Now, for those of you not familiar, the butthole lip is what I call the inner waterline of your lips, which lipstick fades off of very quickly, or at least for me it does. So maybe this 18-hour lipstick will finally cover my butthole. I feel kind of a lot of pressure because if I mess up, then it's on my face for 18 hours and I'm nervous. Oh, wait, my lips are kind of sticking together. I'm nervous it's gonna be super glue. I'm gonna stick my lips together forever. But I do like the color. I like this raisin color a lot. Tyler just brought up a great point. Maybe this is for synchronized swimmers.
Yeah.
And professional mermaids. All right, third and final coat. I'm gonna go the opposite way. Okay, so that's the bottom. Can you see the butthole? Well, no, because my lips are stuck together. Okay, on the top, I feel touch-up work is really high risk. You have to do your lipstick perfectly 3 times. Okay, cool, so I'm just waiting this for it to dry. I did 3 coats and then a little bit of a touch-up right here because it got kind of streaky and I don't know why. I don't think I did a perfect job, but I don't know that I want to start over. I'm just sitting like this. I'm trying not to let my lips crease up too much. It's definitely less sticky as I'm letting this dry. See, look at this. Now I'm gonna be putting on the moisturizing gloss.
What does that smell like?
Like vinegar, but not the kind of vinegar you cook with. Just, it says it'll improve the longevity and I think also hopefully improve the comfort. That feels a lot better. Before the gloss, it felt kind of thin and sticky and kind of papery, like an extra layer of skin. But now with the gloss on, it feels like lipstick. And it definitely kind of glistens to distract from any imperfections in the lipstick. Kind of reminds me of Snow White's poisoned apple, or perhaps a raw steak. I also think my butthole is pretty covered and I hope it stays on there because that would be a giant advantage for Lipsense for me. Okay, so now that I have it on, I'm gonna be wearing it for the rest of the day and perhaps well into tomorrow. I'm gonna be putting it through a series of tests and then after 18 hours, we'll see if it's still on my lips. I may reapply the gloss just for comfort's sake, but besides that, this is the only application of lipstick I'm gonna have, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and Tyler has agreed, after a lot of convincing, to kiss me.
Oh, they are sticky.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at, anything on there?
I got a little of that gloss, don't I?
Yeah.
A little glossed out.
My color looks pretty intact. I mean, it was a little bit patchy to begin with, but mostly intact. Let's look at Tyler. You feel moisturized?
I do feel moisturized.
Okay, so we are about 45 minutes to an hour in. We're at the mall now. We're gonna go get some food court food for a little food test. I'd say in the light of day, it looks like a little less opaque, but I think it looks good. So I'm gonna say that things are going well. Okay, so we got BB Go, and I'm about to chow down, as they say. So I'll show you guys my lips right now. This is the type of meal that would definitely normally not be great for lipstick. So if this could last, I would be a happy camper. Okay, so I finished my lunch. How does my lipstick look?
I think it looks pretty good.
I think what is happening is I think the gloss is completely gone, so you can see the patchiness that existed before. But I will say that lunch was very tasty, and I feel like my lipstick didn't die completely. I just feel like my lips look a little bit wrinklier than before lunch, but not necessarily with less lipstick on them, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel as nice without the clear gloss on it, so I'm gonna put the gloss on over it just for comfort's sake.
You're reapplying your layer of defense.
Exactly. It's been about 4 hours since we put the Lipsense on. I'm out shopping with Tyler. We're getting Tyler some shirts.
Little Tyler makeover.
A little Tyler makeover.
Safiya's helping just a little bit.
Even though when you look close up, it does look a little more cracked than it did to begin with. I think that from afar and to like the naked eye, you can't really tell. I'm just worried just because I'm noticing a little bit of wear and tear, I think.
What do you think of this?
That looks cute.
Yeah.
It's a plain white t-shirt. So we are about 6 hours in, and I would say that, but besides the fact that my scab is really out and about, I'm sorry about that, guys, I would say that overall, it hasn't really gotten much worse since lunch. I think lunch dealt the lipstick a little bit of a blow, but since then it's kind of been like riding pretty steady. I will say that I think that the butthole is becoming a bit uncovered. Let's take a look. Is that lipstick that used to be there?
Where's that little bite? I think it's lipstick.
Makes sense that it would stick to the dry parts of the lips longer than the wet parts of the lips, but we're gonna get some boba with a big straw to really challenge that Lipsense right where it hurts. So I got a jasmine milk tea with pudding in it. It looks weird, tastes quite good. I think that the straw is completely residue free, and that's one thing I'll say about Lipsense. I haven't seen this stuff anywhere else. I think it's just like kind of like slowly fading, particle by particle, pixel by pixel. Okay, so I finished my boba tea. Here is the final product. The true competition is, can I stay awake long enough to have this thing on my face for 18 hours? And the answer is I might end up sleeping in it. Okay guys, so we're home now. I feel like I put the Lipsense through a lot of different tests that include like smudging. And so I think what's left is like the waterproof aspect. So we're gonna go work out, see how this reacts to sweat. And then afterwards, I'm gonna take a shower and see if this can last through the shower. And if it's still on my face, then I shall go to sleep in it. So I am taking off the like rest of my face makeup outside of my lip stuff. I don't usually work out with lipstick on, but like it feels like something you could get caught doing. Like you could get caught sweating in your lipstick. The gym is pretty empty. Hey Tyler. I put just a little bit more gloss on just to like give myself some comfort because I was starting to sort of feel like the paperiness of it against each other. And I think while I was doing that, I may have disturbed the here and there. I see 2 cracks.
For anyone wondering, Safiya's tattoo is fake.
It's fake, I swear, Mom. No, it is.
Does the lipstick feel weird so far?
My mouth's pretty open from breathing, so maybe this isn't so bad for the lipstick. I don't think I was rubbing my lips together very much, so I don't know that anything would happen. I don't know if there's enough sweat, even though I feel like I worked up a sweat. I don't know if there's enough sweat to actually do anything. Is it possible that it looks better than when we started?
I think so.
I wonder if the warmth of my skin has melted it back into its form.
That's what I was thinking.
Magic. Okay guys, so I'm about to hop in the shower really quick.
That is not coming off.
How do I look?
No, it's fine. It's not coming off.
Okay, so I'm going to rinse my shell, and then we'll see how it looks. It's definitely waterproof, like it didn't smear in the shower, nor did it really come off in the shower, but the gloss is definitely 100% gone. I would say that besides like a piece right here and a piece right here and then the general waterline, it's generally still intact. I think that after lunch, I was worried that it was gonna continue to deteriorate, but I think that it is gonna make it to hour 18, even with my imperfect applications. So I'm gonna go to sleep for 3 hours, and I'm gonna wake up and check back in and see what the 18 hours look like. Okay, I may have overslept slightly, so it might be a little bit more than 18 hours. It feels like when I wipe my hand over, it's almost like nothing is there, but it's still on, which is kind of wild. But I have the Oops remover, and we're gonna finally take this thing off. I hope that it does come off. I hope that it's not just on here forever. Oh, here you go, it's coming off. Oh, thank God. I'm gonna wipe it. Okay, it's not all coming off though. It's clinging on to the more dry skin. I mean, it's definitely coming off. All right, I'm free. I feel a little bit crazy. I feel like my lips look a little bit swollen almost. Had to do a decent amount of rubbing around to get that off, but it's finally off. Wow, what a wild ride. I was kind of skeptical at first that this lipstick would actually last for 18 hours, but as my oversleeping shows us, it actually probably could last for longer than 18 hours. There definitely is some wear and tear, some fading, a little bit of crumbling, some waterline appearing, but it's definitely on your face for 18 hours, no question. Something that I wasn't expecting was how difficult it would be to apply and how like high stakes it would be. You gotta be careful about layering. I think that you have to be really careful that everything's dried before you try and put a second coat on. If you make a small mistake, you kind of either have to like live with it for the rest of the day or take it all off and start again. So it's interesting because I didn't feel like this had the full coverage of a liquid lipstick. It felt more like a lip tint. It is also pretty expensive. Once you have like the starter kit, you can just buy like the lip colors like individually. So it's not 60 bucks every time, but in general, it's a pretty expensive lipstick. I think on most normal days, I would probably go for my usual lipsticks over Lipsense. That said, I think it would be kind of cool to have one of these bulletproof lipsticks like in your lipstick arsenal. Like if you were ever in a situation where you like had to go somewhere and you couldn't bring your lipstick with you, or you had no chance to reapply your lipstick, this could work really well. Maybe like certain jobs or like a very extended first date. Maybe not a hike, but just like a long first date, you know? Helicopter ride, I don't know. Like a very long walk. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure to smash that like button. And if you wanna see more videos like this, make sure to smash that subscribe button. And if you've already smashed that subscribe button, make sure to smash that little bell icon in the middle to turn on post notifications so you get a notification every time that I post. Here are my social media handles, and make sure to check out my next feed. I do a lot of daily vlogging and Q&As on there. A big shout out to Tina for watching. Thanks for watching, Tina, and I will see you guys next time.